We begin with that breaking news. Some tense moments in the East Bay Hills. Fire ripping through the Oakland Hills during these red flag conditions. Good evening. I'm Ryan Yamamoto. Crews battling flames in several locations in several neighborhoods just off 580 near Keller Avenue and Mountain Boulevard. The good news, within the last hour, firefighters have stopped the forward progress of those flames at 13 acres, but at least 7 homes burned. That fire creating some tense moments for people in that neighborhood. Crews heavily relied on an aerial attack to keep the flames at bay. As you can see, and protect these homes, you can see that pink flame retardant all over this home. Agencies from several counties were fighting the fire along with CAL FIRE. And thankfully, that aggressive attack has allowed crews to stop that forward progress of the flames. Here's a live look at our chopper right now. You can see that smoke definitely has dissipated from several hours ago. And that fire erupting just 4 hours ago, and flames started spreading quickly, burning uphill towards several homes. And that's where we find our very own Wilson Walker live in the Oakland Hills with a look at the effort to protect all those homes. Hey, Wilson.
Good afternoon. We've been up here on Crystal Ridge Court for a while, looking down at the fire sort of burning below us, right beside 580, and you mentioned the aerial attack. I will tell you, it was spectacular. Have a look. Yeah, we were watching it, just an incredible assault, just about everything they had, multiple planes, helicopters, eventually able to slow that fire down. Now, as we showed you at 4:30, there were some folks who kind of, stuck around for a little bit before finally leaving their homes. This neighborhood was eventually just taken over by firefighters with hoses running through each yard out to these backyards, just in case anything got close to the property lines here. Fortunately, it has not. And as we've watched this fire over the last couple hours now, it has really, really quieted down. Really no dark smoke to speak of. I can see right down through to 580 for the first time really since we got here. So it looks like good news up here. I can tell you all the homes up here have been safe. The neighborhood, though, largely evacuated, but firefighters still standing by, just in case.
And Wilson, how close did the flames come to that ridge that you're standing over right now?
Really not very close. There was a little bit of time where we could see fire burning up into those eucalyptus trees. Fire was still largely down below us. Now, as you can see, there's a bunch of fire hoses run through here just in case, but there for a little while now has not seemed to be any alarm in this neighborhood.
Wilson Walker reporting live from the Oakland Hills. An impressive shot of that C-130 overhead from CAL FIRE. And of course, this is why there's such urgency anytime a fire breaks out in the Oakland Hills. Today's fire burning very close to the Oakland firestorm that sparked 33 years ago, the Tunnel Fire. This happened on October 19th, 1991, killing 25 people. We'll take a closer look at that firestorm coming up in about 10 minutes. But let's bring in Suji Nam right now live at Merritt College, where evacuees were told to go. So, Suji, I'm just guessing just some very tense moments for a lot of the people that live in the Oakland area.
Yeah, Ryan, absolutely. I'm across the Merritt College campus. And as you mentioned, yes, it is very tense, but mainly people are trying to see when they can go home. Take a look at the scene right here behind me. Many of the residents have been waiting in their cars all afternoon, just trying to figure out when they can go back home. And you can see police officers are out there blocking the neighborhood towards Ridgestone community. They've been actually guiding some cars that are not in the evacuation zones. They are able to pass through, but again, many of these other cars that are just trying to go home or get to the other side, they have to make that U-turn and go back to where they came from. So earlier today, we talked to many residents who were told to evacuate the area because of the brush fire. Many saying they had to scramble to get their valuables like pictures, albums, passports, and they're all praying that their home is okay. Take a listen to how some other residents shared they weren't able to get back home.
I was out shopping, as a matter of fact, and when I got notice from PG&E that there was a power outage in my area, I had known that there would possibly be power outages, but didn't know about the structure fire until I got a call from a friend of mine who'd been watching television. And I just drove from my shopping to this exit here at Keller, where I cannot get back to my home.
It's just a waiting game at this point. Again, all the residents that we talked to say they hope their house is okay and they just want to go home. Ryan?
Okay, Susie, now I'm reporting live in Oakland from Merritt College. Let's bring in Darren Peck right now. And Darren, we were talking about this potential danger earlier in the week, and our worst fears came true today.
In many ways, but not some of the more important ones, because we did not see the really intense downslope winds through this fire. And we caught that during our live coverage. We went on at like 1:30, and we were tracking this live till 4. And in the middle of that, we took a look at this time lapse over your shoulder there. Started at around 1:30. And we watched the flames, and we only really saw this when we watched the time lapse over time. The fire's moving uphill.
Yeah.
That's the opposite way. If this was going to be a fire that was being driven by intense downslope winds, that fire would have been going downhill. It would have been going offshore. It would have been going from the east to the west, because these are northeasterly winds.
So maybe we got a little lucky.
We got very lucky. We got very lucky for the Oakland Hills in terms of the winds aspect of this red flag warning, so thankful for that. But the landscape's still really dry.
Yeah.
And we still have a red flag warning in place. Stays in effect until we get to 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So we've still got a while to go on this. A couple of things we can do to look at on here. The first thing we'll do, if we're going to, as we use the visual map, let's put a locator on there. At last report, up to 13 acres. We started watching this in about the 3 o'clock hour. It was at 8, and it slowly worked its way up to about 13 acres, and they've got a pretty good line of containment on it. Look at the winds. Really good sign here. These are the right now winds. There's a number of ways to visualize wind using the virtual set. This one is just a snapshot in time for right now. What are the winds doing through the East Bay Hills? Two kind of scales we'll look at. Not terribly intense there. When you look behind the locator there, you can see those winds are coming from the northeast. Those are offshore winds. But by the time they get here, they're fairly light, and they kind of get beaten back by the topography. They kind of peter out along the ridgeline. You can almost trace the ridgeline of the East Bay Hills. And in the foreground, what you have is more of a classic kind of onshore. You can even see that coming in through the Golden Gate over here. There was just enough. If this was a really strong offshore wind event, you wouldn't be seeing wind like that coming through the Golden Gate. So there's good news there. Here's the trouble spot. Look up north. So the colors are brighter through the North Bay Mountains, and they're also a little more well organized. Watch what happens. We're going to switch this now, and I'm going to play it forward. I'm going to clear out the right now winds, and I'm going to show you what happens on the wind going forward over about the next 12 hours. You still see those offshore winds staying fairly steady there. They're going to pick up a little bit in intensity in the overnight hours. Let's come back to the fire of concern, and that one doesn't change a whole lot. So there is good news there. At least in terms of the wind, they've got containment. It's not out completely. And in light of the history of what the Oakland Hills fire was back in 1991, that was a fairly localized fire one day. And then the next day, it broke the containment and really took off. I don't think this is a repeat scenario of that at all. I mean, one of the things that really stood out from the Oakland Hills fire, when you look at file footage from that fire from that day, the overwhelming aspect you notice are the intense winds.
Yeah.
Smoke going sideways, trees that were waving violently. We didn't see any of that today.
And you mentioned that started as a small fire on a Saturday. It didn't blow up until the next day.
Right.
But you're talking about the winds right now and this weekend. We're still going to have them. Are we in the clear yet?
Well, there's two ways to think of that. We still have a red flag warning tomorrow. So from that sense, we're not in the clear. But when you look at the high resolution forecast of what to expect from the wind, we can breathe somewhat easier for at least the Oakland Hills. North Bay Mountains are still very much in a red flag warning through 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
And it's quite common now to have fires in the fall, in October. But back in 1991, that was a new thing.
Well, from the scale, the Oakland Hills fire, and we'd seen a fire on that scale in the Oakland Hills before 1991, by the way. There is historic precedent for fires like that in the Oakland Hills. But it's the population density that is so different now, where these things become a lot more noticeable. But you pointed this out during our live coverage, how it was eerie, that the dates almost line up perfectly. And
33 days.
For anybody,
tomorrow's the anniversary.
Got to be eerie.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that coin, it's not eerie at all, because if we were going to see an event like this, this is the time of year it would happen. So they should line up. They should coincide in terms of dates like this.
All right. Thanks, Darren.
Sure.
Well, a lot of people had to get out quickly when that fire broke out. So let's check in with Lauren Toms, who's been hearing from more of those evacuees. Hey, Lauren, what are they saying?
Yeah, hey guys, still a very active situation here. You can see right now CAL FIRE helicopters dropping water onto these burning embers here in the Oakland Hills, where hundreds of people have been forced to evacuate. Right now, we are on Mountain Road in Keller at the bottom of this hill. But earlier I spoke with people who live at the very top of the hill as this fire makes its way up this hill. And they said they only had about 10 minutes to evacuate. Most of them weren't even home when police officers knocked on their doors, giving them this 10-minute evacuation notice. They were able to grab their pets and a couple of important documents, but not a lot of time to get their belongings and get out. Take a listen to what some of them had to say.
We had about 10 minutes to evacuate, and several fire engines and several police units are there, as well as we saw CAL FIRE come up, and we are just thankful that the CAL FIRE planes are overhead.
Pretty scary to see all those cars and all those fighters, but I'm hopeful that they will fight it, and it can be a good outcome.
Now, the American Red Cross has just arrived on scene. They have just started unboxing some beverages for some of these displaced homeowners in this area. You can see them taking out some Gatorade bottles and some ice, making sure that these neighbors have some cold ways to hydrate. Again, still a very active scene here on Mountain Road in Keller. You can smell these burning embers, these burning eucalyptus trees, almost as if they're incense. You could start to feel a little bit of the tickle of this smoke starting to collect in the back of your throat. But these crews are doing an extraordinary job at handling this situation. We did recently learn that this fire may have started on the side of 580 and actually jumped Mountain Road to hit one of these homes over here. A neighbor reported hearing a loud boom earlier today. Everyone was thankfully able to get out without injury, but still a very active road here on Mountain and Keller as these crews work to extinguish this fire.
All right, thanks, Lauren. That smell and that you're probably smelling right now, that incense, is that the burning of those eucalyptus trees. And we'll be keeping a very close eye on the Oakland Hills fire throughout the evening.